All right, welcome to the pod. This is Ricky McCoy. It's been about 5 or 6 days since the last podcast. I need to come up with a more consistent schedule, like a recording schedule, because right now I'm just kind of, it's very touch and go. Like I'm not doing it any certain way. Honestly, until it becomes like more of a, when it becomes a job, like I don't know, it's never going to be a job because it's always, I'm just talking about stuff. You know what I mean? Like I'm not doing anything serious. This is just kind of like a way for me to practice talking because like I notice in my stand up whenever I'm talking, I always say I say a lot or I'm like I sound like an idiot. I sound like a football player giving a presentation, you know what I mean? And then the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I don't know why that really resonated with my age demographic for some reason. When like people say that all the time, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. It's like there's a lot of other things going on in a cell than just the mitochondria. That's what I've been doing this week. This is Tuesday. I believe it's the. Where's my phone at? All right, hang on. Where did I put my phone? Where to put it? Oh, that's not good. Oh, it's on the floor. I don't know. I'm a full Riri today, I guess. I don't know. So welcome to the pod. Yeah, I said it's Tuesday, the 8th. The 8th, 4 days after the 4th. 8 divided by 2 is 4, is the numbers. That's what we learn here. I had a good weekend. I had a busy weekend, right? Last week I did Summit, I did Fives, I did the Attic, and then I did the Shady Bowl Speedway, which was so fun. Xavier had me out again, which was awesome. The last time it rained, this time it was funny. The last time it rained, this time it was just people shooting fireworks because it was the 4th, so it was just people just. So I'm up there performing, and then like every 5 or 6 seconds, it'd just be bah, 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 bah. At one point, which is so funny because when you're in the countryside, no one reacts at all, like to nothing. There's no reaction to any crazy shit. Like we were hearing all these like normal sounding explosions, and then all of a sudden it sounded like someone lit off a firework like inside like a storage unit because it was like it had like this echoey you know what I mean like this echoey sound to it, and it was in the middle of this one guy's set, and everyone just kind of stopped, and no one reacted. Like everyone just we stopped, paused, moved on. They're like, yeah, that didn't sound great, but it probably was not a big deal. You know what I mean? If they're dead, they're dead. You know what I mean? We were in the middle of nowhere, so I mean, it wasn't like you call an ambulance, like it's gonna be like a 45-minute drive. I don't even like. I feel like if you live that far in the country, like you probably, I feel like your taxes should be a lot less because you're not benefiting off of a lot of the things you're paying for. You know what I mean? Like if you call the cops, it's like a 25. It's like ordering food. You know what I mean? Like you're not getting it. You know what I mean? Estimated time 35 minutes. Your driver's on the way. Sorry, I had to double dash. So we had a homicide down the street. So no big deal. I don't know. I live in the country, but it's like I live in the weird spot because it's like I'm over the course of my life, I've seen where I live slowly become more and more urban. You know what I mean? Like society in the world is slowly creeping up on us. Like it used to be like there was no one who lived near us. There was no people around. Now, like where I live on a farm, and like it's busy. Like when I'm pulling out of my driveway, it's busy, which is so strange because it never used to be like that. There's homeless people everywhere. The homeless people where I live are way different than the homeless people out here because in Columbus, they like go to certain spots. Like they have positions. You know what I mean? Like I take this corner, you take that corner. You know what I mean? They always have like a bit. You know what I mean? Like they go up and they have like they always need like a ride to the hospital or something like that, or they need $5 for whatever. I had one guy tell me, he's like, I need $5 for gas, and I was like, well, where's your car? And he goes, oh, I don't have one. Like, why do you need gas for? Like, you know what I mean? Like you didn't think that through. Like, it's like, do you want to try this again? Because I mean, like, I feel like you kind of blew this, you know. And he goes, I can blow this. I'm like, oh, not that. Oh. You don't like that. Man, there's this one video game that came out like a while ago. It's called Beyond Two Souls, and at one point during the game, your character is homeless, and you have the option to blow people like as a homeless person, and it's like the strangest thing in a video game. And if you go to do it, it's like funny because the game like half commits to it, because it's like, hey, yeah, like it's like you're homeless, and it gives you the option to like do that. And then if you click the option, the game like literally for some like something like a freaking, it's like a Rube Goldberg machine like happens to like basically cause the guy to run away, and then you just get his money anyways. The game did not want that to happen for you. You know what I mean? So like they had to go out of their way to try to explain why it didn't happen. They shame you for it. They're like, you chose that option, you piece of shit. It's like, you know what? I don't know. I don't think prostitution is as evil as everyone says it is. Because, I mean, like, dude, those hookers in Vegas, man, they're making good money. I mean, do they hate themselves afterwards? Yeah, but I mean, like I don't know. I feel like they act like, will you be able to look yourself in the mirror afterwards? It's like, dude, do you think that, like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but would you rather work in a construction yard, throw your back out, have a wife that hates you, or be a prostitute, make $1,000 a day, work 3 days a week? And as long as you live within your means, like, you're kind of fine. But the thing is I feel like most hookers probably don't live within their means. You know what I mean? That's why they're hookers, because they take too much. And that's the problem. That's why they're in that situation. Well, not all of them, but some of them. They have these things called lot lizards. I knew this guy. He was a truck driver, and he used to tell me all the time. He goes, you pull up to these gas stations, man, and there's just these old women, and they're just like, they just ready to blow you. It's really disgusting. It's not fun. It's not fun at Speedway, man. Speedway, it's funny. Is like eventually they're gonna legalize prostitution, and that's gonna be like a part of the Speedway advertising. You know what I mean? Like fucking, it'll be like a Valvoline commercial. You know what I mean? Like, because like in the Valvoline commercial, they're like, how long will this take? I'm pretty busy right now. And they're like, it'll take about 10 minutes. It'll be like that Speedway, you pull in and like a hooker comes up and like like, how long will this take? I'll take about 10 minutes. Don't worry, we'll top off your fluids. That's so stupid. Oh man. So what else do I got going on? I had the Shady Bull Speed. That was really fun. I had a really good time. My one friend had his first drunk set, which was hilarious because that might have been one of my favorite sets I've seen him do. He was so loose. He had such a great time. Going up and performing when you're inebriated is so fun because I would say most of the time on stand-up, it's a flip of the coin. Either you do good or you do bad. But, like, when you're drunk, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like flipping a one-sided coin. Because even if you do bad, it doesn't matter. So, you know what I mean? Like, it was nice to see him do well. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like, he came up and he was like, oh, I think I did bad. It's like, no, you did great, dude. That was awesome. It's funnier, like, when you're loose. When you're just kind of bouncing from thing to thing. It sounds kind of off. And I think I struggle with that in my comedy sometimes, too. Like, I struggle going off script. And it was really good to see. I think he had a really good set. My boy Heikel Bob on Instagram, Heikel Residi. Me and him. Speaking of him, and Julian Rogers, my other friend. We're comedians. We're performing at a nursing home, which I've never done a show like this before. I have never performed solely in front of old people. I don't know if I have the material to perform in front of old people. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I have the material. But we'll figure it out. Oh, shit, that means I have to text. I signed up for the attic open mic, too, and I completely forgot I'm not going to be able to get to go to that because it's at the same time. I'll text her. I'll text her today. It's cool. Bummer. I'm trying to, like, just do as many as I can because I do feel like, and then, so I have the nursing home show. Then after that, a week later, I'm in Tennessee for the comedy competition, and then August 15th I have another comedy competition coming up after that, and then after that's a Columbus Comedy Festival, which is freaking awesome. Like, I mean, like, honestly, it's nice to just have like things coming up because a lot of times, especially like when you're starting out comedy, it's a lot of just waiting for things to get thrown your way because you don't really have a lot of decision making power. People don't really care about what you're doing unless you have money. Then you can kind of be like, cool, I'll put on a show of a bunch of idiots. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Not saying I know anyone who's done that. I'm just saying that, like, you can do that if you have money, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't know how much it costs to put on a show. Oh, man. Oh, dude. That reminds me. Today I got my oil changed, right? And yesterday I found it was like a 15% off coupon. I was like, nice. I thought I was blessed, right? But the thing is like a lot of times those coupons don't work. So when I was pulling in, I got like a little hesitant, right? And I was like, I'll pull over and I'll try to find another coupon just in case, like a backup. You know what I mean? If this one doesn't work, I look up Valvoline coupons. I find one for 50% off. I was like, yes! $20 oil change. Let's go! That's where it's at, man. A $20 oil change. You know what sucks is 10 years ago, I remember we used to get our, like for most of the time we change our own oil, but like whenever you get one of those coupons, it's always nice. But like 10 years ago, I remember going in there and getting an oil change for $10. Now they're 20. Now they're 100. I always driven crappy cars though, so it's like my oil changes were always really cheap. Like if you have a nice car, an oil change is kind of a bear to do, but like when your car sucks, it's like an oil change. Like my car reacts to getting new oil the way like an alcoholic reacts to having their first drink. You know what I mean? Like like my car stops shaking. You know what I mean? It's not leaking anymore. I feel safe being inside. That sounded kind of gay. I did not mean it to sound like that. Man. Speaking of gay, I've been watching this show called Love Island with my girlfriend, and I gotta tell you, it's wearing thin with me. I liked it initially because it was kind of funny, and I liked the characters were okay. I mean, they're all, being honest with you, terrible. Like I would, like, don't let your kids, like, I don't have kids, and I don't really know if I want kids, but if you have kids, do not let them watch Love Island. That show, it just teaches the worst behaviors, because everyone on that show is like, dude, I want to find love. Like, I'm here. I am genuine. I'm in love. All right? I love this woman. All right? We're going to be together forever. And they all say that, right? And then the moment another hot girl walks on the show, they are like, yeah, but, it's not serious. We're just like, we're checking it out. Like, you know what I mean? I want to explore. It's like, dude, all right. So if you're saying you have, like, the same feelings as if you were in a real relationship, why don't you treat it like you're in a real relationship? Because I know it's a TV show, and they're like, dude, you guys got to cheat or else we're not going to make money. You know what I mean? So I know I know these people probably aren't actually, like, wanting to do this stuff. They signed up. Yeah, well, actually, no, I mean, I'm sure they all signed up to be famous. That's why it's so funny. I was watching the, spoiler alert, sorry. I know you probably didn't click on the Everything Rocks podcast to hear freaking Love Island spoilers, but here they are. This dude, he is like the island pervert, at least in my opinion. Dude, every episode he had like a wart on his lip. Dude looks like he has herpes. He's like the biggest airhead. Like, and that's another thing too. He's so stupid. It's like I don't like to call people stupid. I don't think you should make fun of people. But this guy, I mean, I'm a comedian. That's a lie. But no, the dude, he doesn't say things correctly. Like there's like the way it would be said in a normal sentence, and then whatever the hell he thinks it is. Because he goes, there's one episode I'm watching, and there's all this fighting going on, and he goes, yeah, there's a lot of held up tension. You mean built up like I know that, like, sometimes, like, in the heat of a moment it's hard to think of the correct verbiage, but dude, that didn't even make sense. Held up tension. What do you mean built up tension? I don't know. It's just so dumb. And then, like, they're like, duh. That's the way they talk to each other. They're so stupid. They're like, I love ice. Yeah, you like ice in your drinks too? I love ice. And then it cuts to the interview, and they're like, yeah, I just really enjoyed my conversation with Ashley today. We have a lot in common. Like, we both like cold drinks, and we like warm food, and we like money. That's so the dude, the dumb guy I was just talking about, he gets voted off, right? Or vote, whatever. It's not even they get voted off. It's so they do it in the most, like, it's so obvious that they just want the person to leave. You know what I mean? Like it's, there's not even like I don't even think that the actual host members have a say in whether or not these people get to stay on the show. I'm pretty sure the studio's just like, all right, people don't like Nick. We got to get him out of here. All right, so let's make up some bullshit and get him off the show. So the episode I'm watching, they, like, for some reason, I fell asleep and woke back up, so, I'm sorry if, like, my assessment of the show is a little off, but what happened is they added on, like, 5 new people, 5 new dudes, 5 new chicks, and they suck. They're not funny, And I'm gonna be honest with you, all the people they've had come on usually are not good. Like the original people have been funny, like they've been okay. This one girl said something that made me laugh so hard. Her name was Maya, I think. She goes, I don't know how to fucking iron. She was like ironing her shirt, and it looked very, very obvious that she was not doing it right. But she's like, I don't know how to fucking iron. That was such a great line, because it's like how often do you need to iron something? I don't even, like, the only time I've ever seen like an iron, other than that my mom has an iron, but I've never used an iron. The only time I've ever really seen an iron is like at hotels. For some reason, that's like mandatory to have like 15 irons in your hotel room, and then a fridge full of stuff that you're not allowed to eat. God, speaking of which, I booked up my hotel. I can't remember where I'm staying, but not a bad TripAdvisor. Man, I sponsor the pod, TripAdvisor. My 120 viewers, or sorry, I don't even have 120. My fucking 10 regular viewers, man. They need to know where they can shop for good deals, man. I like how I went from talking about hookers to talking about Love Island to talking about TripAdvisor. I am not ready for that drive back, dude. Honestly, that's one thing. Like, if this comedian thing ever takes off, I might be hiring a driver, man, because driving sucks. I don't know what's worse. Driving isn't that bad. It's just like when you know the trip takes forever, it's harder to get get past. Like, once you learn the trip, that's when it gets harder. Because when I was driving back from Tennessee last time, it wasn't that bad. Like, there was like a 4-hour stint where it was like okay. The last 2 hours kind of sucked. The last hour driving into Tennessee sucks, because all the idiots who are leaving Gatlinburg are like in this, like, they're all on the same mountain as you, and they're just like, there's like 1,000 of them. But if you leave in the morning, it is freaking awesome. Leaving in the morning, getting there in the morning is so great. You get there and it's like there's no one on the road. You get the whole like you're seeing like the freaking smoke rise off the mountains, you know. Some real hills have eyes. It really does look like the hills have eyes. Like, I'm like, there's no... Dude, if someone called the police, there's no way they're getting up there. Oh, you died on the mountain? There's a murder on the mountain? All right, guess we're just going to name it Murder Mountain now and just hope people stay away. I like how that was, like, what people did back then in lieu of police. Like, they would just name things scary shit and hope people stayed away. Oh, man, that's... That's Murder Pass, Death Valley. You know what I mean? Like that's like what we did to just, like, you know, keep people away. Which makes sense why people were so Shane Gill says that one bit about Leif Erikson calling Greenland, even though it sucks there, just to trick people. And Iceland's the nice one. My dad lived in Iceland for a little bit. He worked for a telephone company. He was over there. He worked for the military. Told me it was awesome. He said you could go up to these hot springs and just like lay in them. Kind of sounds gross. I don't know if I trust that. Like the amount of naked people that have laid in this one hot spring. It's like I don't know, man. They say like you turn up the temperature enough, it kills away the germs. But how hot is hot enough? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. But yeah, Love Island's wearing thin on me, man. I've been watching that for a couple days now with my girlfriend. I liked the first couple episodes, but now I'm like kind of like, dude, this is rough. It's just like, because you just see these people cheat on each other. Like, they're just like not, they're kind of scumbags. Like, you know what I mean? They're kind of like, and you know what I mean? You cheat on your girlfriend, that's, you know, that's fine. I'm not saying that makes you like necessarily a bad person, but I'm just saying that like on the show, it's like, how do you expect people to not cheat on their girlfriends when they're like have these shows where it's like showing people? Like back then, I remember on The Bachelor, like if someone kissed somebody, it was like, oh my god, you kissed her, you kissed Claire. Like they'd be so pissed, they'd be so like panties in a twist about it. But this whole show is basically just the highlights of The Bachelor. Like it's just people dry humping and stuff. And like I seen this one clip and it was so funny. I think her name is, I think she just got voted off too, but I don't know. I'm not that far ahead in the show, but what was her name? It was the girl who was dating Nick. What was her name? Well, anyways, there's this other girl. She's dating Nick. there was one of the new guys who came on the show. She had to make out with him, and it was like so weird. She was making out with him like the most passionate kiss ever. You know what I mean? Grabbing butt. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like fucking, there's old ladies gripping their pearls. Like, oh my stars. You know what I mean? It was rough. And then the moment her lips left his face, she immediately went like business as usual. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yep, okay, cool. Don't have to kiss you anymore. Like it was so like, I was like, man, so these people are sociopaths, dude. They don't feel nothing for nobody. The one dude, there's this one woman on the show, everyone talks about her. She like, her and this other dude are like, they were like super tight the entire first couple episodes, and then they completely broke up with each other, which kind of, that's how most 1 week relationships go. I mean, like, you can't love bomb somebody and like, because then once the fighting starts, it's just that contrast between like where you started and where you're at now makes you think that it's over. It's just that you're never going to get anywhere like that. And I think her name's Hudda. Hudda. Everyone thinks she's crazy. I don't know. I'm not that far along in the show, but to me, I think she's all right. I think she's not that bad. She could be worse. Yeah, she's just clingy. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, she's a little clingy, and she's like, you know what I mean? She's got a big heart. You know what I mean? She wasn't made for that show. A show of sociopaths going up there and being like, yeah, this one girl, she straight up was like telling the dude, she's like, yeah, man, we and you have this connection. We have this emotional connection. And then the next episode, they switched couples, and she was like, fuck yeah, I didn't even want to date him. It's like, well, you said to his face. And then they all go like, whenever someone calls someone out, they're like, you calling me a liar? It's like, you guys all are liars. This is like Congress. You guys are all full of shit. The freaking there's one scene I was watching. Oh my god! Last night I wanted to lose my mind. We're like, all right, we're going to bed after this episode. All right, it's like 2 a.m. Right, and they're getting ready to vote people off. And one of the gimmicks of the show is they get this stupid text message, and it's like, hey Islanders, check your phones. You guys are going to go on a beautiful date today. But then the thing that happened, like, it's like sometimes they have a host who comes up there and they're like, hey, one of you guys is getting voted off. Here's what's going to happen. But then sometimes they don't want to pay the chick. So what they do is they send the texts to the Islanders. And I was watching last night, and it was like, so what happened was the way this was set up was everyone's coupled up except one person. All right. And then that person stands in front of everyone, and then they get a text, and it's like, hey, so stand in front of everybody. If anyone would like to switch couples with the person standing now, this is your chance. All right? And then the first person, like, so that person is standing there. Well, someone bails on their boyfriend, gets with him. All right? Then they sit down. Then that person who is now alone stands up, and then they reset it, right? You'd think that after the first round, everyone would kind of get the memo. Like, we'd all be on the same, like, wavelength about it. No. They had someone send a text to each individual camper, and they all had to read the text, which is also hilarious because these dudes, they're at, like, a third grade reading level. They're like, dear Islanders, if you'd like to switch couples, now is your time. It's like it's like a school full of kids who just never paid attention in any class. They're all like, and it's so funny. There was one that they tried to frame the one guy as like a comic book nerd. I'm like, he's just as dumb as the other people. Like they tried to, he put on his little fake nerd boy glasses and like was like, dude, you're just as dumb. You're on this show. You know what I mean? Like it's like they have gathered the most stupid people and put them in one place. I feel everything rocks. Oh my god. Man, that's so fun. But yeah, the Shady, fucking going back to the comedy stuff, Shady Bull Speedway was really fun. I had a good time. I met the host. His name was Chance. He did a set that was really funny. He was reading it off his phone. Very fun, very fun. It's always nice to see someone do comedy for the first time and, like, do, like, pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it was home audience. I'm pretty sure it was all his friends in the crowd. But, I mean, like, still, it's still pretty cool. He was texting in the group chat. He was like, did anyone record? Which is like, dude, the first like 5 times I did stand up, I was like, someone recorded me doing stand up on accident. Like that's how I got my first recording of stand up. Someone recorded me like while they were like doing their set and they sent it to me, and I was like, oh, thanks, man. It dude, like seeing yourself do stand up, you're just like, oh, okay, I can do this. You know what I mean? You start to see it more. Like when you're just going up there and leaving and then you come home, it's like there's no proof that you're a comedian or even proof that you're doing it. So it's like it's strange because you don't even want to tell people you're a comedian. Like at least I didn't tell anybody. Like when I first started, like this is so strange because it's like I'm talking about it so freely now, but at the time it was like just nothing. Like I would literally pretend like it was nothing. I wouldn't mention it to people. I remember going on dates and they'd be like, so what do you do all day? And I'd just be like, I try to make people laugh by talking about my penis. I don't know. I would say like, I don't know if I talked about my penis that much. Earlier on, I definitely did. My jokes were more self-deprecating at the beginning because I didn't know how else to make people laugh. But once you start seeing like how other people write their jokes, it just kind of comes naturally a little bit. Like I don't know, a lot of people say you need to read a book. There's a book a lot of people, the comics I know, they like hawk on you. They're like, you need to read this, The Guide to Comedy or whatever. And I might give it a look one day, but at the same time, it's like I you know what I mean? Like I don't want to write jokes like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to write like cookie cutter jokes. Like I want to write jokes that I think are funny. You know what I mean? Like, and that means sometimes they're not going to be inside a format that is, you know, obvious to some people. Like, I mean, Steve Martin in his documentary, he talked about how like part of like he didn't even know he was a good comedian. You know what I mean? Like, because the laughs were so inconsistent. You know what I mean? Like, because he like the way he was doing his jokes, he basically would like in the documentary. He said he would build up this tension. Sorry, he held up the tension. Freaking Nick, dumbass. He held up his. Oh God, girlfriend's calling me. Hey Natalie, you're on the pod. What's up?
Hi, baby.
I'm recording right now.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, we're talking about Love Island and all the fun that we had watching it last night.
Did you release spoilers?
I don't know if they're spoilers. I just said, I mean, like, you know more about it than I do. I don't know. I was talking about Nick and stuff. You like Nick.
Yeah, I do like Nick. He's a bit of an airhead, but he's cute.
That's literally what I just said. I said he's an airhead. He's funny. Everyone liked him. I feel like I said that what I was talking about is I feel like the only reason they cried is because they're like, oh, no, I won't get paid to be on the show anymore. Did they win money at the end of the show?
So I know that there's a cash prize. I think it's like $100,000. I don't know if they get paid while they're on the show, though.
All right, I take it back 100%. If I was getting paid $100,000 to be a skank, I would totally do it. I take it 100% back. Okay, I thought that they were just doing this to do it. What?
The $100,000 isn't guaranteed unless you win.
Man, so you gotta hoe out or go home. You know, go hoe or go home. Yeah, because if you only if you half-ass it, you know, no pun intended. People, you know what I mean? Like, then you're just gonna go home. People are gonna be like, dude, you basically like, you know what I mean? Like you didn't go all the way. You did all the slutty stuff, but you didn't do it all the way, so you didn't win. You know what I mean? So you almost have to go like hard in the paint. Yeah.
Go hard or go home.
Go hard or go. God, that's man. That's a porn star thing. Go hard or go home.
For Love Island.
Man, that could be like a Blue Chew slogan. Go hard or go home.
Well, the only reason I even got into Love Island was because my clients kept trying to talk to me about it, and I had no idea what they were talking about. So I'm like, all right, let's just watch it. That way I can actually talk to them about this, because otherwise it's like so awkward when they're like, do you know what? Did you hear about like Hoda and all that? I'm like, no, I don't watch it. And they're like, you watch Love Island?
I was talking about last night how like the last like 10 minutes or 25 minutes of the episode was stretched for 3 minutes, or there was like 3 minutes of a segment, but they stretched it for 20 minutes because they had each person read the text, and because they're at like a 3rd grade reading level, it's like so like drawn out and labored.
Yeah, it just takes like a while.
Yeah, they're like, dear Islanders,
That's crazy.
I don't know, they all, like, are just, some of them, you can tell,
So what was the conversation? No, my favorite thing is to try to watch them have deep conversations with each other.
oh, no, Austin and that one chick, when they were talking about superpowers, that was so stupid. That was so stupid.
She's like, teleportation. He's like, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's what I would do.
And he was like, I wish I had the ability to, like, light myself on fire, and then I would, like, start campfires for people. It's like, I know he was trying to be funny, but it's like...
No, I think he was so serious. He said it with no smirk. Like,
yeah, he was dead serious. Like, that was his childhood dream, and we just crushed it. It was like that guy from Step Brothers, or when he's like, I wanted to be a dinosaur. You know what I mean?
He's like, when I grew up, I wanted to be a dinosaur. But, no, I love what we were talking about the other day, where we were kind of, like, just making fun of it, how they talk to each other, about how they talk about their relationship.
Yeah, they're like,
you want to do it?
Yeah. on the show, they talk to each other. They talk to each other, like, I'm just gonna say it for them.
I said I think it's funny how, like, they just, like, narrate their relationship, and that's as far as their conversations go. Like, they'll talk about how they had great conversations. The past conversation.
Like, remember how we had that conversation yesterday about that thing we talked about?
Yeah, like, we connected so deeply on that conversation that we had yesterday. We've been just having really good conversations, so I just feel like, this is going in the right direction.
Yeah, like, when you said that thing with the words you used during the sentence that you spoke, I just really felt that, I really heard the words that you spoke in the sentence that you said, yeah.
It really resonated with me.
It really resonated with me. It's so stupid.
It's like they're like, yeah, how you doing today? Oh, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Good. Yeah, like, I feel like we're on a great, like, grounding area right now. Like, I feel like our conversations have just been really good about other prior conversations. And, like, so we just, like, connect on that with the conversations. It's like they keep hounding on about how they have good conversations. It's like, you guys are just talking about conversations in a conversation.
Do you know how many times on that show a character has said what they have thought when they met the person that they're talking to? They're like, yeah, when you walked in, I was like, wow. And then they talk to the next person, and they're like, yeah, and then when I first laid eyes on you, I was like, wow. And it's like, they all say the same exact shit, and then when they're in private, they're like, I didn't even say that. Like, they're like, I don't say this to everybody. I'm a slow burn.
Yeah, they all say they're a slow burn. That's so funny.
It's like, no, dude, the herpes you have is a slow burn. Like that. That whole show is just like, they're literally incubating, like, the next section. Like, they're gonna have, like, the COVID of STDs, and it's gonna start in that show. Like,
I was talking to you about how I just think it's kind of, like, gross that everybody's just kissing everybody. Like, when they brought in the 5 new bombshells, and all of them just went out with them, I'm just, like, thinking, like, oh, man, that can't be good. That can't.
No, it can't be. It's like, and they were drinking milk too. Like,
like the challenge where they spit milk and oh god, that
like,
kind of grossed me out.
That one girl said it because I was thinking, I was like, I bet they freaking stunk. Like, I bet they stunk, dude. Like that is so They were in the sun drinking milk out of a, like, like a silicone, like, udder, and spitting it on each other. Like that was probably so disgusting.
Yeah. I was like, alright. Yeah, that's gross.
What are you doing right now?
I am sitting in my car, so I don't have a client until, like, 1. And, so, just hanging out.
Alright, well, I'm gonna hang up. I'll call you back. I only got, like, 20 minutes left on this, and then I'll call you back.
Alright, baby.
Always nice to have you get a guest appearance on the pod.
Yeah, and it's always accidental. Like, I'm not even trying to.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna call, and it's gonna be like something like,
I'm just bitching you out immediately.
Yeah, you're like Ricky, did you get your penis cream? Like, oh shit, I'm gonna edit this out.
Your penis cream is crazy.
Yeah. Oh my god. Anyways, I love you. I'll talk to you later.
I love you.
All right, bye-bye. She's great. She's great to have. One thing I like about watching shows with her is like when we watch shows, we just both get into like making fun of stuff. I don't know if you've ever been like some people just cannot carry a joke. Like they just they either they don't know how to set something up for somebody else to like say something about. Like you ever had someone say something to you and you don't know how to hit the ball back? Like they're just so like and it's just like, what do you want me to say to this? Like you just said like the weirdest thing. It's like I can't respond to this. It's yes, no, or maybe. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. She's not like that. She's very much like right there. Like she can just kind of carry on a bit and she'll just keep going with it. And I just love that. I couldn't tell you how many funny bits have come about just by talking to her about some stupid stuff. And she's always given me the green light. She's very supportive. Great girlfriend. I feel very lucky. I Speaking of which, man, like speaking of lucky, fucking Diddy, man, I guess he's getting 3 years for he sold he was selling a woman. He was selling somebody. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was selling. I got like how I started this podcast about prostitution isn't that big of a deal. That's okay. It's still legal right now, and he tried to sell somebody across state lines. That is freaking hilarious. Like that is like 3 years. 3 years for trying to sell somebody. That I just cannot fathom that. I cannot fathom that. If okay, you know why this pisses me off? I got a letter from the county a couple days ago, right? And so on I guess my tax return was $14 more than it should have been. So they're like, "Hey, you owe us $14 now because we overpaid." It probably costs more to pay the person to type up that letter than it would cost for them to just eat it and just let me have 14 extra dollars. But if I sold somebody and I'm a millionaire and I wrote some freaking rap songs, then it's okay. Nonsense. It's stupid. That's the thing is if you're gonna do something terrible, like if like that's where Osama bin Laden got off, man. Like he didn't write a song about it. Like if he would have wrote a 9/11 song, he would have got away with it. You know what I mean? Like they would have just been like, dude, he's not so bad. You know, but like he didn't do that. He went into a cave and watched anime for 10 years, and then he got shot in the face by a Navy SEAL. So that's not necessarily his fault, but you know, it's not good for him either. I don't know. That's the trick to it. Is if you're as long as you're good at being creative, you can kind of get away with anything, which is kind of a sad reality to life. Like if you're Cosby, you can get away with drugging people for 20 freaking years until a very brave comedian, Hannibal Buress, outed him. But aside from that, who's texting me? I posted a clip of a bit I did at my last Tennessee showing of my Mr. Wood bit. So fun. It's such a fun such a fun bit to do. I really enjoyed doing that. It's so fun to because that joke was so easy to write, because a lot of times when you write a bit, it doesn't always get a laugh right away. You have to just keep reworking it until it becomes funny. But there's special jokes where it's just the moment you say it and you're like, oh, this is fun, this is funny, this is gonna be a good joke. And the Mr. Wood bit was kind of like that, and I didn't even post the whole bit. I just posted some of it, but I'm excited. God, I have so much farther to go. You know what I mean? You ever just look at your journey and you're like, God dang, I'm not even close. You know what I mean? Bill Burr was a freaking comedian for 10 years before anything happened with him. You know what I mean? I just gotta keep my nose to the grindstone, hope things happen, work smarter, not harder. I'm trying to advertise more for myself, because there are so many ways to get your name out there as long as you're, smart about it, and as you use every opportunity you can. My primary use is YouTube and Instagram. Facebook is okay, but I'm not a big Facebook guy. And another thing is all my family's on Facebook, and it's so funny. No one could find my Facebook. No, I can't say that. I can't scratch that last thought. Can't say that. Man. Stop freaking texting me. Jesus Christ. Freaking my phone's blowing up. I don't like people texting me. I'm not a texter. I have been antisocial my entire life. I've never enjoyed talking to people. I've always been just kind of like, I'm like this weird thing where I'm social when I'm around people, but the moment I break eyesight, I hate you. Like, as soon as I'm in my car driving home, I don't want to call. I don't want to talk to you. I just want to sit in silence. I want to watch someone play a video game that I don't have time to play. I want to see someone react to a YouTube video that I'm not going to watch, and I want to listen to songs that no one will ever listen to because they're 35 years old. Like, that's my dream. That's where I exist, and I hate when people text me. And I feel bad because my friends text me a lot. Especially, like, my comedian friends, they'll text me and be like, hey, you know, what's going on? And I just am so bad about responding. And I've always been like that. Because I just get, like, an anxiety with text messages, right? Like when I get a text message and you get that, like it's like a to-do list, you know what I mean? Oh, I gotta respond to this person, I gotta respond to this person, gotta respond to this person. And then, like, when someone's like, hey, can you do something? My first thought is, oh, shit, can I? Like, do I have time? And then I freak out. It's I wouldn't say I'm an anxious person, but like every person in my family has something. Like, you know what I mean? Like my brother, he's autistic. My oldest brother's cerebral palsy. I'm like 80% sure I'm autistic too. I was thinking about that when I was a kid. I refused to wear long sleeve shirts. I only wore short sleeve shirts, and I was just like, I just thought it was like an aesthetic thing. Like, I just liked them better, but it's like I didn't like things touching my arms, which is so weird. I've grown out of that as an adult. Maybe I'm like a halfer. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like half autistic or something. I don't know how they define it. I don't know. Can you take like a 23andMe to tell you if you actually have 23? Ah, man. Hilarious. I've been playing Skyrim. That's been my my go-to game lately. I don't know why. That's my comfort game. Like, I play been playing Skyrim. I play Dragon Ball Z sometimes. Like, if I have 40 minutes to play games for, I'm gonna play Dragon Ball Z just because it's fun and I don't have to commit too much time to it. But if I have a whole day to kill, it's Skyrim, dude. Like, I love Skyrim. That's a fun game. Dude, you want to see a girl's face drop? Tell her you like Skyrim, man. Talk about video games. Like, that was actually, whenever I'd go on bad dates, I would just start talking about video games I liked, because you just see the girl just immediately lose interest, and like, video games are toxic. You just gonna sit there and play video games all day? It's like, all right, okay. All right. Can I ask you something? All right. Because people, there's this weird thing in society, right? Playing video games, lazy, right? Watching TV all day, binge watching a show, totally fine. Like, that's actually probably like that's like the way everyone kind of watches TV now, is they binge watch TV shows. Why is watching a TV show not lazy, but playing video games is? Because when you're playing video games, you're actually doing something. You know what I mean? Like, you're not actually doing something. You're like virtually doing something, but it's still doing more than just watching something. Like, watching sports, watching TV, watching a movie. You're just watching someone else do something that you're not doing. Like, when you play video games, you're pretending to do it, you know? It's been a lot of hoopla. Man, the Diddy thing, I just cannot believe that. I guess he's got like a bunch of other trials coming up. They're like civil cases, so he's gonna lose a lot of money. But it's like, dude just got away with like trying to sell somebody. You know what I mean? Like that's like, what's his next song gonna be? You know what I mean? Like who's gonna? I get. Well, I mean, I'd probably listen to it just because I want to hear what he's gonna say. He goes, I just want to. He goes. Oh, man. These dudes, like, they just, like, I just don't know why you can't just be cool. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be a pervert in private, by all means. But, like, why do you gotta sell people? You know what I mean? Like, why do you gotta sell women? It's not enough. It's just, like, a power thing, you know what I mean? Like, these dudes, they get so rich, and they want that, like, next level of power, which is, like, autonomy over somebody else. and they do crazy shit, and then they go to jail, and then they don't actually go to jail, and they get out, and then they just do it again. Did Kevin Spacey ever go to jail? Kevin Spacey was a weirdo. Kevin Spacey freaking had a guy blow him while watching the freaking D-Day scene in Saving Private Ryan, which is just like the ultimate, like that guy, Kevin Spacey, used his power the most hilarious way, because first of all, I'm gonna say it, and you guys, I mean, this is just society, because this is just how society sees it. When someone touches a guy, no one really gives a shit. You know what I mean? Like, no one really cares. So, you know what I mean? Like if Kevin Spacey would have done it to women, he'd be in prison. You know what I mean? Like, he'd be in so much trouble. But because it was dudes, like, no one really cared. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Did he go to jail? Did Kevin Spacey go to jail? Did Kevin Spacey go to jail? All right, we're waiting. Come on. Dude, okay, this is suspicious. All right. Kevin Spacey has not served jail time yet. His current legal status is he's multiple criminal investigations ended with dropped charges due to various reasons. Accusers dying, statute of limitations, or refusal to testify. All right, like, I guess. All right, that's not too far. Man, fucking Kevin Spacey and Diddy, man, they need to start hanging out. They need to do an album together or something. All right, so I guess the allegations, he could have 9 sexual assault charges in the United Kingdom. All right, dude, like, okay. All right. I'm not saying like if you get accused of something it means you automatically do it, but if it happens 9 times, you know what I mean? Like, there's a certain point where it's like, why does this keep happening to you? You know what I mean? You get in a car accident one time, you're not a bad driver. You get in a car accident the next week, all right, you're having a bad week. You do it again, you suck at driving. You know, maybe freaking wait for the yellow arrow before you make your left turn. I don't know, like fucking idiots. These guys, man. Kevin Spacey, weird guy. I feel like I always talk about the same stuff. I just go right back to these dudes. You start watching sports again. I love talking about basketball, but I got to tell you, after I lose interest. Because basketball is just now, the prop betting stuff is weird. The prop betting stuff is super weird, because it's like, how can they even hide from the fact that the game is rigged? You know what I mean? Because now it'd be stupid not to rig it. You know what I mean? Like you have all this money on the table. You have all this money on the table, and you're just gonna like let someone walk away. You know what I mean? The house always wins. You go to Vegas. You know what I mean? There's a house edge. You're telling me the NBA isn't making bets in their own favors from people like they have to be. It has to be rigged. I've lost all interest in professional sports because of that. The whole, you know, like, I know people love it now because they can lose all their money on gambling, but like, I just think that that's such a weird thing, because it used to be illegal. Like how many baseball players are Pete Rose? Like, he gambled. I think it was Pete Rose. He gambled. And now it's legal. So is he going to get in the Hall of Fame? Probably not. You know what I mean? Like, and then there's that one ref. He was gambling on, but he's a ref. That's way different. He can literally fix games, and he literally said that they would fix games. But that's also like him being like, yeah, everyone does it. That's like, you know, I'm sure Kevin Spacey said that too. You know what I mean? Like what? All the actors are doing it, man. Like they all force blame onto other people. I don't know. I think I'm going to wrap it up here in a second. I think 50 minutes is long enough for me to ramble about nonsense. It's been fun. I really, the last video got a lot more views than I thought it would. I'm honestly really happy about that. I really appreciate you guys coming out and watching. It means a lot to me. If you guys could give it a like, that'd be great. You know what I mean? Like, it helps me get my name out there, helps me, you know, helps with the comedy stuff, helps me, do better. Also, if you guys have like questions or anything, put them in the comments. If you guys have like a funny story you want me to talk about to react to, put it in the comments. DM me on Instagram, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I I think it'd be funny. I might make a drop. What's it called? Like one of those anonymous threads, just so I can get like funny stories. Because I think it'd be fun to react to stuff like that. I do feel like a lot of this, like, it's fun to talk about stuff. But I really do appreciate you guys, and thank you for listening. I hope I made you laugh at least once, and if I did, give me a like, give me a subscribe, help me out, because I love to keep doing this. You know what I mean? This is I enjoy this. I enjoy this more and more every time I do it, and I feel like every time I do it, I get a little bit better at it, which is cool. And well, anyways, it's been fun. You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you next week.